won't land on me, because I've watched his fight, so the fights, he hasn't done anything in any fight so far that'll work against him. Maybe he's working on something with his coach and uncle in the backgrounds that we haven't seen yet in the ring, because if he does what he's done already, there's no way this fight goes 4 or 5 rounds.
Well, nobody thought I could do southpaw. I never showed that before, did I?
Martin Rogan.
But I did, all the way through a fight. Never been done. I'd never done it before, so, you know,
Explain
what's
yourself.
the difference in this fight?
Explain yourself. You said you had his number. What is it? Explain it to us. What do you see?
I've got what it takes to beat him. To beat David A, you've got to be game, you've got to be strong, and you've got to be willing. Listen, it doesn't come down to boxing and technique and all that. I'm knocking him out for sure. I'm going to get on top of him. I don't even care about giving a game plan away. I want to fight with this guy, yeah? I'm going to take him somewhere he's never been before, somewhere where he doesn't like going because he's a pretty boy, and I'm going to chop him up. and rip his body to bits and rip his face with inside shots. I'm going to lean all over him, 270 pounds, pushing me around. Listen, he can run, but he can't hide. He might be a sniper fighter, like you said, but snipers fight from a mile away. We've got a 20-foot boxing ring, and that, to me, is in front of me. And if you're in front of me, you're in big trouble. Cold, hard, lonely place in that boxing ring with me, for sure.
You smile and say little again.
I'm just... I don't know, I hear him saying he's going to do this and rough me up. The only thing I can take from that is he's going to do the complete opposite and try and outbox me. That's the only thing that sounds like when someone's got the greatest chin in the world. So maybe he's going to try and box me like he did Martin Rogan and try and keep doing it southpaw or do something. But even no matter what he does, if he tries to box me long, I'm faster, I'm quicker, I can get in and out of range too fast. If he tries to maul with me, you know, Chisora tried that, he ended up getting sparked.
I ain't no Chisora, though. I can fight on the inside. Derek Chisora can't. You've never fought anybody like me. You've never fought a big inside fighter. And I'm one big inside fighter. 6'9", 205 centimetres of inside fightingness. And I know what it takes to fight inside. I can throw the uppercuts, the body shots, everything. Vladimir Klitschko ain't got a patch on me, and he beat you. Listen, I can knock Vladimir Klitschko into next week. An easier fight for me than this guy.
I can beat Usain Bolt in 100 metres.
But you can't. That's the only reason.
Why not? Why can't I?
Because
I believe I can do it. I believe I can do it.
Well, because it's disbelief.
Aha! Finally, we hit the nail on the head.
You can't do it, but I can.
So you can beat Usain Bolt as well, yeah?
No, I can beat you, though. I don't need to beat Usain Bolt, do I?
But you believe you can do it deep down in your heart. You believe
you
can do it. Yeah.
I don't need to be able to beat Usain Bolt, but I can beat you in a fight, for sure.
Okay. And Vladimir Klitschko and everybody, yeah?
I've never met a man I couldn't beat.
David Price beat you in the amateurs.
Oh, what's an amateur? What's an amateur?
It's a fight. It's a boxing match.
Did you
with gloves
swallow against Solis in the World Championship?
In the World Championship finals.
David.
You lost against David Price in the amateurs.
Listen, David Price is no good.
He beat you in the amateurs. Why didn't you beat him? Why didn't you knock him out?
David.
Why didn't you knock Solis out?
No, I'm asking you the question.
Why did you swallow?
Easy boys, David. Do you recognise?
You swallowed against Thompson, and you swallowed against Vlad, and you will swallow, or you swallow your teeth against me anyway.
do you recognise yourself? David, do you recognise yourself in this guy here?
Not one bit. Not even the remote.
You were the young guy coming up.
Do you find him amusing?
He's funny. You can't do anything but laugh.
How could he find resemblance?
No. What I'm saying is, you were the young guy coming up, you know, against.
I was realistic. I know about.
Let's talk about realistically and believing. Let's just go back. We don't have to go back 25 years. Let's just go back a couple of years when my guy said he was going to knock out Vladimir Klitschko. Did the public forget about this fight? I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to rip his head off. It's on my T-shirt. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And go in the ring and do nothing. Come on. Let's not forget, this is the same David A that was going to do so much to the Klitschkos, got his chance, had everybody in Britain, including myself, tuning in to watch him, and then he goes in and plays around after he can't get a few shots off in the first 3 or 4 rounds and decides, I'm going to lose on points because Vladimir don't usually beat people on points, so I can be one of those losers on points.
David, what's your reaction to the Klitschko performance?
He had his opportunity to fight Vladimir, and what did he do? He gave up the opportunity to come and fight me.
But what about you and Vladimir Klitschko? Yeah. How do you look back at it now?
It was a bad performance. Yeah. It wasn't good. You know, I underperformed. I believe I could have done better, and I didn't. It was one of them things. It didn't work out on the night, you know, just like it's not going to work out for him on his night on the 28th.
So is your ambition to get rid of Tyson Fury and then go back
It's
always
been my ambition to get the fight back with Vladimir and win that fight. His brother Vitaly made a lot of noise about wanting to fight me, but he's gone quiet since then. this guy's made a lot of noise, and a lot of people want to see him get knocked out, so I'm going to do that.
Tyson, you can keep bringing this up. Every fighter is allowed to just have a bad fight. It was one of those things. So, are you sure you're not measuring your fight on that fight?
He can beat me. He's the same guy so confident he can beat me, but he was the same confidentness against beating Vladimir, was he not? Or am I just mistaken in this? He says he's going to knock me out. He also said he was going to knock the Klitschko's out, and I didn't believe him.
I've also said I was going to knock out 24 of the 26 people I've fought, and they got knocked out.
Good. So when it counts, you can't do it, can you? When the chips are down,
all the fights count. Every fight counts. The 10th fight counts.
Look, there's your big opportunity, and you didn't do nothing, mate. Didn't do nothing.
Tyson, okay.
But Vladimir Klitschko has proven himself, Tyson, as the world's best for many years.
Right, but he has never fought somebody like me. And when I fight him, it's going to be an easier fight than this guy sat next to me. Because he doesn't move like Haymaker. He's not slippery as Haymaker. And he's very hittable for someone his own size.
OK, are you disciplined enough like this man is, what we're looking at here, to do the same thing? If your game plan's not working when you're fighting David
I don't have to be. Vladimir fights like a wimp, like a little girl on the outside. He didn't want to trade it with David A, where I do. I want to trade. I want to take fire with fire. If he can hit me, I want to hit him back. And we're going to see. I said I was going to knock Cunningham out, and I didn't box him, and had a fight with him. And I'm saying the same again. I'm having a fight with David. I'm taking him into deep water. He's going to unload on me. I'm going to take it all on the gloves and arms, and maybe get hit in the face as well. And if I go down, I go down. I'm getting back up. Listen, and I'm going to grind him down until he jacks, like he did against Thompson. If you'll do it once, you'll always do it again. I may have lost an amateur fight, but not once in my whole life have I ever jacked a fight. That's the difference.
You were out.
What's the difference between me and you?
David, you were out-talked by Gerry Harrison a while back, who obviously, you know, sold his plan. He said he was going to put you to sleep with a left hand. We know what happened there. That was 3 rounds. It was an easy night for you.
Yep.
Do you see it as an easy night against Tyson Fury, or do you see it as a really tough challenge?
If he's doing what he's saying he's going to do and just walk across there and try and, I don't know, just impose his size on me, then yeah, it'll probably be quicker than Harrison. You know, Harrison didn't get chinned because, you know, he kept it long. You know, but if you want to close the range down the same way Chisora did, you get knocked out.
If Tyson's there after 4, 5, 6 rounds, and
then he'd have to have a chin transplant from someone, because the same chin has seen him getting knocked down in his last couple of fights. He's not going to be enough to stand up to what my fight.
Ask yourself the question: if. All right, maybe it's a big if in David's mind, not in my mind, but. What happens after the 6 and I'm still standing? And I only get better after 6 rounds. I don't get weaker, I get better as the fight goes on. David A's chance in beating me is getting me out of there early. And to get me out of there early, he's got to put his own self in risk.
Ask David that question.
He's heard me, so he can answer it.
Well,
what happens if it's a big if in your mind, not in my mind, but in your mind.
If it goes past 6 rounds, it means you've taken one of the biggest beatings anyone's ever had to take. It'd be more like sort of Larry Holmes, Gerry Cooney type beat down.
Exactly. Well, that wasn't exactly the biggest beating, because my guy Gerry Cooney was winning against Holmes until he got stopped, my friend. So I wouldn't call that a beat down.
You could be winning the first round and get knocked out in the first round. Who cares? That was a beat down. As far as I'm concerned, that was a beat down. Watch the fight again. Look at the result. Look at the face. Look at his.
If it was a 12-round fight,
is this about levels, David?
It is about levels. The fact that he thinks Gerry Cooney was winning that fight.
Yeah, I think he was.
Well, there you go. But look at the result. You win a fight by winning a fight.
Yeah, but that wasn't the question, was it? I don't want to get irate or talk over somebody, but that wasn't the question.
Can you jump up in levels? Because that's what's going to be needed to beat David.
I don't need to jump up in levels. I'm at that level. Why am I ranked in the top 10 in the world by all the organisations if I'm not at that level?
This guy's a 2-weight world champion.
So was Steve Cunningham a world champion. What does in past records mean? Nothing. It's all about on the night. Gavin Rees fought Anthony Crolla the other night and he got beat. In his previous fight, he fought Adrian Broner. So, he still got beat by Crolla, didn't he?
So these styles that you two will bring into the ring, September the 28th, you think this is going to bring the electricity back into heavyweight boxing? That's what we need,
David A does a stinker, like he did against Klitschko, then it's going to be a poor night for British boxing. And it will not live up to a Frank Bruno, Lennox Lewis, because they got stuck into it. But if David A comes to try and knock me out, then it's going to be a fight. Because as he said to Vladimir, are you going to come and fight? I'm asking you the question now, my friend. Are you going to come and fight? Or are you going to stink the place out?
You have to find out on the night.
There you go. I sense a stinker.
On the day it's announced, predictions?
Listen, I can't make any predictions of any rounds, but one thing I can predict. This is going to be the most exciting British heavyweight fight in a long, long time. Win, lose or draw, I'm going to give everything, and it's going to be very exciting for the paying customer,
David?
for sure.
Prediction?
I'll knock him out when I want to knock him out. Whatever round I choose. Same way I've done with Chisora, the same way I did with
He was lucky against
Harrison.
Chisora.
Yeah, I was really lucky about that fight, wasn't I? Yeah.
My guy almost had you, mate. I know almost is a big word. But you was finished.
I was finished.
You was finished. You was gassed. It was Chisora lost that fight. You didn't win it. He lost it himself.
This is the type of confidence he gets. He looked at that fight and thought, I was losing the fight.
He was losing the fight. In my opinion, Chisora was trying to get
Is there
stronger.
a handshake before you go into training camp?
He can go. He doesn't need a handshake.
I wouldn't shake his hand, actually, because I don't know where it's been, for one. And for two, like he said, he wouldn't shake Vladimir Klitschko's hand, so what gives him the right to shake my hand? There's no handshakes. There's no nothing. I've told you I'm going to knock him out, and that's what I'm going to do.
I'll tell you what there is. Plenty of action with us on Saturday night. We've got a big show to look forward to in Hull with Luke Campbell. It's the homecoming, a feast of action alongside Campbell. Anthony Ogogo's on display, plus excellent fights featuring Lee Selby, Tommy Coyle, Derry Matthews, and Kell Brook and Carson Jones in a rematch. We'll be catching up with a heavyweight legend on Ringside next week. And don't forget these two heavyweights. They want to be remembered as legends, or may think they are already. Haye Fury, live on Sky Sports Box Office, September the 28th. Part of the feast of action ahead for you on Sky. We've enjoyed it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Good luck in training camp.
It's going to be good.
And we're off to Hull, where the sun should be shining, we hope, for the Olympic gold medalist Luke Campbell.